friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah from The Charming Detroiter. Today's video I'm really excited to share with you. I've been thinking about doing this video for a while. I'm going to be sharing my tips for how I organize my blog content. I have 4 easy tips for you guys for planning out all of your content for, the whole year basically. I have like a whole notebook section, like a whole thing of notes that I wrote up for you guys. I also wanted to share with you guys this little sweater I picked up from H&M, like super cute with all these cute little pearls. I'm like so obsessed with it. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So before we get started, make sure that you hit the like button below and that you hit that big red subscribe button also to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so tip number 1 is to create a content calendar. So this is the most important thing I think that you can do in terms of organizing and becoming more efficient in your blog posting schedule and creating all of your content, whether you use something like Microsoft Excel that's already free and available to you, or whether you sign up for a subscription service like I have done. So I actually use a program called Coschedule, and I will link it below so that you guys can find the exact same program that I use. But what this is an online service that allows you to schedule all of your content and to create different workflow task lists for your posts. And this has been a lifesaver for me. It allows me to have one easy area where I can go and see like a full view of the whole month of what I'm scheduled to do that month. So in terms of planning your content calendar, the first step is to gather inspiration. What do you want to write about that month? What do you want to post about? What do you want to make videos about? So I collect inspiration for content pieces throughout the year. I have a few different ways in which I collect it. So first of all, I keep a paper notebook and I write down all of my ideas in this notebook. There's something just really satisfying about like writing it down in pen, but you could of course keep this as a digital copy if you wanted to. So a notebook is actually my number 1 type of tool that I use to organize my thoughts about what kind of content I might want to plan in the future. So of course, this big paper notebook that I use isn't always the most ideal thing to be carrying around with me all the time. So I will actually use a few different other modalities in order to store my ideas for later transfer into the notebook. So number 1 is on my iPhone. Everybody who has an iPhone has the Reminders app. I created a list in my Reminders app that's called The Charming Detroiter. If I have an idea come into my head about a video I want to make or a blog post I want to make or an outfit that I think is really cute that I saw, I will put it on that list so that I can later transfer it into my notebook. There are a couple of other things that I use in terms of social media tools in order to also store ideas. I have a private Pinterest board where I can pin things that I find online that kind of inspire me to create a video or create some other type of content. I will also do the same thing with saved posts on Instagram. If I see something and I'm scrolling through my feed and something's super cute, I will save that on there too for later transfer into my notebook. That is a puppy paw right there. So once you have this list of all of these ideas, what do you do next? So you have to decide how frequently you want to post on social media, on YouTube, on your blog. So for me, the decision was to post blog posts 3 times a week. I also supplement that with 1 to 2 videos on YouTube every week. And a lot of times I will overlap content. So for example, recently I did a Baume Boutique and Forever 21 haul. I'll link it right here. And I posted all about it on my blog. And then I also linked to the video on YouTube. And then I also, of course, posted the video on YouTube. So a lot of times creating like cross content like that on different platforms, not only does it increase the amount of content that you're producing, but it also allows you to get your content in front of different audiences. For example, somebody who might only go on YouTube to watch videos, like my husband, versus somebody who might only use Instagram or only use Twitter or Facebook. So it allows you to get that content in front of a lot of different eyes. So the next thing you have to do is to decide what type of format is going to best fit each post. So is it something that is only going to do well in a blog post where then you share it, on social media platforms? Is it something that's going to do better in video form? And do you want to do a YouTube video or do you want to do an IGTV video? I kind of will look at my content calendar throughout the month and decide what are the posts that I think are going to do well in a format for YouTube or for a format for IGTV. And then I'll also pull those out and decide to do those types of content with those posts as well. And then the last tip that I have in terms of creating your content calendar is to choose things that are seasonally appropriate, but also that inspire you. So don't be making content that's not inspirational to you because it's going to come across to your viewers. If you don't feel inspired by it, don't do it. Okay, so you have all these ideas for what you want to do with your posts on your blog and on your social media and on YouTube. What do you do with all these ideas? I do 3 times a week posting on the blog, and then I supplement, of course, with social media and with my YouTube videos, as I previously mentioned. And I will create a content calendar for 3 months at a time. Typically, I will do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And this sort of is a really good breakdown, I think, in terms of how content is sort of scheduled throughout the year. Putting like October, November, December together is really great. It's mostly all of your holiday content. Then January, February, March is nice for like refreshing and New Year's. Then you kind of get into spring and summer content with the next quarter. And then August, September, Nope. July, August, September, you're getting into like that fall kind of content. So basically I like the 3-month rule because it allows you to plan ahead and to be able to prep for all of those posts about 1 month before the next quarter starts. I will kind of plan out all of my content for that next upcoming quarter. Okay, so let's get into step number 2. Okay, step number 2. So you want to create a workflow task list for each type of blog post. For example, I have a standard task list that I apply to all of my blog posts. And then I also have one that's for blog posts that have a video attached to it. I have ones for different types of blog posts. So for example, if I'm posting a recipe, that's going to be different steps that I have to do. It's going to be a slightly different process for creating that content than for just like putting together the outfit and taking photos for a outfit of the day post, for example. After you've created your 3-month content calendar and you've added all of your task lists to each of the blog posts, then you want to kind of look at each one and modify it to fit that post. For example, if you had a post that you were like, this is going to be great for IGTV, I want to do an IGTV video also. Make sure you put that on your task list so that you're appropriately completing that part of the content and you're not forgetting about it. All right, so step 3 is to get creating a course. So you want to be making all your content. So about 2 to 4 weeks for like the upcoming month, I'll start to look at what do I need to prep and get ready for the posts for February. So for example, this month I'm going to be doing a lot of get ready with me for our trip to Steamboat coming up in March. And so I'm doing some travel videos and packing videos. And so about 2 to 4 weeks before the month starts, I will kind of go through all of my posts and say, what do I have to prep? So if I have a recipe, I'll test the recipe and kind of perfect things. If I have a outfit post and I need to purchase a piece for it, I will go purchase that. If I have anything like sponsored posts for social media or for the blog, I'll kind of get everything in order with contracts or anything else that I need to do for that. And then I'll also coordinate with my husband for any DIY projects around the house that might need to be done for posts for that. So by looking at that ahead of time, you can stay efficient and make sure that you're on top of everything, as opposed to, you know, the blog post coming up and you saying, oh shoot, this weekend I have a blog post that I want to shoot an outfit for and I totally forgot to buy that hat I wanted from Nordstrom's for it. By prepping ahead, you'll prevent yourself from any inefficiency with your posting and you'll allow yourself to stay on top of everything and all the tasks that you have for your blog. Another tip for creating your content that I have for you is something that I'm sure you guys have heard before, but it's batching. I can't stress this enough. Batching content together allows me to be so much more productive. Batching is when you take photos of a bunch of different outfits or a bunch of different posts all together on the same day, or you plan out several different videos that you're going to shoot throughout the day and you get all of it done in one day. And this is really great for those of you who sometimes don't feel as like inspired as you do on other days like I do. There are some times where I just don't feel that inspired. I don't really want to shoot video today. I don't really want to take photos today. I don't even really want to edit stuff today. By batching stuff together when I'm feeling more productive, that allows me to kind of stay on top of things and have all of that content ready to go. So some examples of batching that I use are for recipes for the blog. I will batch a bunch of recipes and shoot them all together or all in the same week when I'm feeling more inspired to do food photography. I will also batch together outfits by going to one location that has several different opportunities for different types of backgrounds for posts. There's a really nice nature sanctuary by our house, and so I'll go there and take 3 or 4 different outfits and kind of walk around. I'll take photos in different places and just kind of create a bunch of content on the same day within just a couple of hours. And the last thing about batching is that you should also be batching your editing. So I will sit down and I will batch edit a bunch of photos. I will batch edit videos. I will do all of that at the same time. It works really well when you're feeling inspired to do editing of photos, which isn't all the time, I know. It can become kind of tedious and repetitive after a while. I will try to do as much as I can in one sitting. All right, so tip number 4 is to automate your social media posting. So if you aren't doing this yet, this is a huge thing that you can do to increase efficiency. So I automate all of my social media posting with the exception of Instagram. I just like to feel inspired during the day to, write whatever I want to write that day. But for Twitter and for Facebook, I will automate those posts. This saves me a lot of time. I don't have to manually go in and share the post the day that it comes out. I can schedule a post to be shared on social media the day it comes out, and also a week later or a month later. Another plug is totally not sponsored by Coschedule. It's a great program, I have to say. It's automated a lot of stuff for me and it's made my life a lot easier when it comes to blogging, and I think it is worth every penny, even though I know that it is expensive. Another program that I like to use for automating is called Tailwind, and this allows me to automate my Pinterest posts. I'm making sure that my content is being continuously sent out on Pinterest to my followers and to different boards. Tailwind's a great app for that. All right, so there you have it, my top 4 tips for how you can be more efficient in your blog posting. By far, the biggest thing that you can do is the content calendar, and then also kind of automating all of your social media posting. These are all steps that you can use to make your blog work go faster and more efficiently, and to make sure that you are able to make content when you're feeling more inspired, and when you're not feeling so inspired, you don't feel so guilty not doing that content that day. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to click the like button below. It really helps me out. And please click that big red subscribe button if you liked this video and you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, bye friends.